Hello all, I am back. I'm back. Today, or yesterday, I am 6 months into my natural hair journey. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a ride. It's definitely been a ride. You can tell, I'm not an expert, but I will say in this frame, the camera is not picking up the tremendous amount of just like frizz that's going out this far. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of frizz, but right now it is bad. I'm actually going to go co-wash my hair right now. I'm gonna do that real quick and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about my curly hair journey. So stay tuned. I'm back. I have now been natural for 6 months. I've learned a lot, cried a lot, and I've learned some more. And I'm still learning. And I really don't think I figured it out yet. But you know, some days I think I've got it figured out, but then the next day, everything is terrible and I don't know why. I'm gonna start off by saying what type of hair I have for future videos so everyone knows. My curl type is 2B, 2C, 2C around the front and 2B in the back. And I have low porosity, medium density, which means I don't have low density, I don't have super high density, I don't have a bunch of hair, I just have, standard amount of hair, and I have fine hair shaft. So with all that being said, there's been a lot of learning. I didn't learn what porosity was until like 4 months in, and that was a big game changer. I also realized that curl type doesn't actually matter as much as I thought it did, because your curl type can change and hair chemistry is more what's important when it comes to what products you use and product application. So, I follow people who they have a lot tighter curls than I do, but they have the same like chemical hair makeup as me, like fine low porosity hair, and their advice works for me to an extent. One of the most important things that I have learned, and I must state right now as my first curly hair video, I don't follow the curly girl method. When I first started this natural hair journey, I didn't even know that there was like a book about it. I thought that the curly girl method was like just doing like curly girl things. I don't know. I just thought that it was just no sulfates, no silicones, just like using products, moisturizing, deep conditioning, and wearing your hair curly. So I mean, I guess it's more accurate to say that I'm 6 months natural, because I have not been following the curly girl method, and I never was. I've never read the book, and so I don't really know all the rules about it, but I have heard about it from some people online, and I thought that some of the rules, upon hearing them, are whack. And that brings me into my first point, which heat is not bad for your hair. It's the straightening and the lack of moisture and protein that your hair is getting when you're straightening your hair. The problem with straightening is that it is untraining your curls to be straight. That's the problem with it. And yes, too much direct heat is bad for your hair, but heat is not inherently bad. If you protect it and if you use it in the right way, heat can be your friend. I blow dry my hair on high heat, high speed, and it takes me like 15 minutes rather than an hour, and my hair doesn't lose any moisture. It's not frizzy, and the only reason your hair would be frizzy after using high heat and high speed is because you're diffusing wrong. And there are a lot of videos online about how to diffuse correctly. I don't want to make a video about it because so many people have made a video about it. I'd rather just link one down below, so I'll have a link. That goes right into the next thing, which is I've learned that hot water isn't bad for you. You don't have to take cold showers. I know, it's crazy. And I actually learned part of this from watching a video by Mains by Mel. I will link that video down below. It is very informative, life-changing for a lot of people. She goes over why hot water isn't bad for you, and she tells you what actually is the thing that affects your hair cuticle. So basically what I'm trying to say in simplistic form is hot water is actually better for your hair than cold. I know, it's mind-blowing. I also learned that sulfates and silicones aren't inherently bad. The reason why you're supposed to avoid silicones in the curly girl method is because they build up on your hair and they're hard to remove with just normal cleansers. One of the only things that you can use to get silicones off your hair is sulfates, and you're not supposed to use sulfates in the curly girl method. So if you can't use sulfates, you can't get off silicones, so you can't use silicone. But you can use silicones, and you can use sulfates sparingly. effectively. You can use it to clarify your hair. So you just have to compensate for the loss of moisture. It's all about doing what works for you. I use sulfates sometimes. I don't really, because I don't find the need to. I have a clarifying shampoo with sulfates, and when I use it, I'll just deep condition for 30 minutes afterward, and it's taken care of. It's fine. Sulfates aren't bad. It's overuse of sulfates is what's bad. Another very important thing that I've learned is that your hair is your hair, and it's the curl pattern might change, it might get tighter, but you don't know, and that's out of your control, and that's just how your hair is. And you shouldn't be looking at someone's hair who's really curly and just like beautiful like 3B curls, and you shouldn't be striving for that. You shouldn't be looking at those pictures and saying, oh, how can I get my hair to be like that? My hair is not beautiful because it doesn't look like that. I guarantee you, whoever you're looking at probably is thinking the same thing all the time. Not only that, their hair is their hair and your hair is your hair. So if your hair is wavy, it's wavy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it took me a long time to come to terms with that, because I've always wanted curly hair, and I know that's crazy because most people hate their curly hair and want it to be straight, but I've always wanted curly, like ringlet curls, and that's just not what I have. I have wavy hair, and not only have I accepted it, but I have come to love it, and this is my mermaid fantasy, and this is who I am, this is my hair. I wasn't born with curly hair. When I was born, my hair was straight, and my hair was straight up until I basically hit puberty. Then my hair started to get the waves, and you know, I didn't know a lot about hair. I was more into makeup back then, and I just saw what everybody else was doing. Everybody else around me had straight hair, and they all straightened it, and I was like, okay, my hair is poofy anyways, I'll just straighten it every single day. So I straightened it on 450 every single morning with no heat protectant. And then after that, I box dyed my hair constantly, and I was always heat styling my hair, and I thought if I didn't heat style my hair, it didn't look good. So, you know, I did try to embrace my natural hair in the beginning of high school, but I would still straighten the roots for some reason, because I thought that that's how, like, your roots are supposed to be straight. So I straightened around my face, my bangs, and my roots, because I didn't like how poofy it was. But my hair wasn't poofy, it's just I didn't know how to use hair product and make my hair do what it needed to do. I know a lot of the time I think about my hair, and that's all I think about. And for a long time, for about 6 months now, it's been on my mind a lot, but I've been trying really hard to make sure that it doesn't govern my life, and I don't, you know, let it rule me. So, you know, because there's times when I'm like, oh, I don't want to go outside and do this and get sweaty because I just washed my hair or something like that, and I'm trying to learn how to live life around my hair rather than my hair stopping me from living life, because otherwise it's not fun. Life's not fun if you're just sitting there making sure your hair doesn't get messed up. That's a very important thing to remember, and I still struggle with it sometimes. The moral of this thing is this natural hair journey is a process, and there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of days when I just like want to quit and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just basically want to be bald. And then there are days when I'm like, I've got this. I figured it out. I'm so smart. My hair looks so good. What the frick? So that is it for me today. I just wanted to celebrate my 6 months of being natural, and to just, you know, spread my story, spread my information that I've learned, and hopefully start sharing more information. That is it for this week. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I put a lot of stuff about my hair on there. I post like basically every day about my hair, or you know, about something other than my hair, about fashion or something. Just check it out. It's pretty dang coolio. And if you want, subscribe to this channel, like this video. It helps me out, because you know, I know I suck at uploading videos, but this one's here and you liked it, right? If you liked it, then show me you liked it and press the button. Thank you. Okay, that is all. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.